Well, hello friends and welcome back to my channel. I'm Renee and I am going to make some no-knead bread and we're going to bake it tomorrow in our outdoor oven. So I wanted to show you this because you can bake this off in your oven and this is just as simple as can be. It's like the easiest bread in the world to make and it is probably the most delicious. But with mine, friends, I'm going to add a little Italian seasoning and a little garlic powder to it so that it gives it a little bit of an Italian flavor. And it's real easy. In my bowl here, friends, I've got 6. I'm doing a double batch. I better tell you that right off the bat. I'm doing a double batch. So I'll put a single batch in the description box for you. So in my bowl, I got my flour. Okay, this is 6.5 cups. It's 3 1/4 cups for a single batch. All right, so I am going to put, let's see, I'm going to put 1 teaspoon of yeast in here. And if you're going to do a single batch, it's going to be a 1/2 teaspoon of yeast because we don't need a whole lot of yeast in here because we're going to let Mother Nature and Father Time do our work for us. Okay. On the other side, I am going to put, let's see, that's 1 teaspoon. I'm going to put, I need to do 1, 2, I need to double this. So I'm going to do 4 teaspoons of salt. Okay, 2 teaspoons of salt for a single batch. I am doing 3 cups of water in here. A single batch would be 1.5 cups. Okay, now you don't have to add this, or you can add any herb or any flavorings you want to this. But I'm just going to do, 1 tablespoon of Italian seasoning. If you're going to do this recipe, you're going to use like a 1/2 tablespoon of Italian seasoning. And then my granulated garlic, I'm going to do 2 teaspoons of that. If you do a single batch, of course, you're only going to want to do 1 teaspoon. Okay, that's it. This is so easy to put together, friends. All right, so we're just going to mix this up. You don't have to knead this. You don't have to touch this whatsoever. And this is wonderful. Just mix it until it's all incorporated. We're not going to take it out of this bowl. We're not going to do anything more. You don't need oil in it. You don't need anything else in it. This is the bare bones of baking bread, friends. All the extras are just add-ins. So for those of you who say, I can't make bread, it just never turns out, try this. Because I guarantee you it'll turn out and it'll be wonderful. And once you have this mastered, the sky's the limit for you. So see that, just kind of turn it over and you'll get all the crumblies off the bottom. Because you do want it mixed pretty good. You don't want no crumbs left on the bottom. And I may need to add just a little more water to that. We're going to do that. If it gets too wet for you, you can add a little flour to it. But I think this needed a little extra water. There we go. Now it's going to mix well. Just keep turning that over and it'll get those crumbs off the bottom and it'll all blend in. You're going to want to be tempted to get your hands in there and mix it, but don't do that. It's not necessary. Okay, I think I got this fairly well. Okay, it's going to look just like that. Just like a shaggy dough. Okay. You don't have to touch none of it. Just get that off there. Okay. That's simple. See how that looks? All right, now we are just going to simply cover this. Let me open my, I use shower caps. I get these from Amazon. I love them. I use them for my food covers, cover my breads, all that. Okay, we're just going to cover this up. See how nice that fits with a shower cap? We're going to set this on the stove for the night. You're going to want this to just sit off in a corner of your room somewhere where it's fairly warm for about, I'd say 12 to 18 hours. You can go as much as 24 hours, but take note, the longer that it sits, the more fermented it's going to taste. So if you let it go like 24 hours, it's going to taste like sourdough, but it is delicious. I've done that before. I've had mine sit for 48 hours before, and oh my goodness, is it delightful. So this, I'm just going to set this on the back of my stove, and it's going to sit there for about 18 hours because it is 9 o'clock at night, and about 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, we're going to bake this off in our oven, our outdoor oven. So you have a good night, friends, and I'll see you tomorrow. Well, okay, friends, it is the next day, and we are going to bake off our no-knead bread. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to set our oven to 450. Okay, we're going to put these 2 Dutch ovens in there because we want them screaming hot. All right. Okay, that's going. That'll take a little bit to get up to temp. In the meantime, I'm going to show you this bread. It is beautiful and it smells wonderful. See how bubbly and beautiful that is? Gorgeous. Okay, so what we're going to do is get these ready to bake. So we're going to need a little bit of flour on our countertop because this is a real sticky dough. Okay, we're going to dump this out of here because I got to divide it into 2 because I doubled my recipe, if you remember. Okay, beautiful. That dough smells so wonderful, and you can smell the garlic in here and everything. We're going to put just a little bit of, because we don't want to knead this, we just want to shape it. But I'm going to cut this in half. Okay, now I can shape these into a nice ball. We're going to put it right on here. We'll get this one shaped. Don't have to knead it, just shape it nicely. Oh, it smells wonderful. All right, so those are just going to sit here. I'm going to cover them up with this towel. They're going to just sit there and rest until we're ready to put them in our Dutch ovens and get them baked off. Okay, friends, this is hot enough, and these pans are screaming hot. So be very careful. I'm going to put this on here. All right, so this has risen up a little bit. We're going to go ahead and stick that right right down in there. Ooh, that's hot. You can barely see what I'm doing. I'm just putting them in the pans. And this is going to go back in the oven. Okay. Now I'm going to put this one in there. All right, we're going to put the lid on this. And these are going back in the oven. Okay, so now that these are in the oven, they're going to bake 450 degrees. I told you that, for about 25 to 30 minutes. And then we're going to take the lid off and we're going to bake them another 10 to 15 minutes so they get that crispy outside. I'll see you, friends, when those are done. Okay, friends. Our bread is done and it's beautiful. Took it out of the oven. So let me take it. Put it on there. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? I could just slide that right off there. Put that right in there. Oh, that's beautiful bread. And it smells wonderful, friends. Beautiful. Look at that. I'll show this to you. This is gorgeous. The bottom is beautiful too, but it needs to cool. Take a look at that gorgeous bread. Isn't that beautiful? Gorgeous. This is going to sit right here and cool off, and then we're going to tear into it and we're going to taste it, because this is the Italian garlic bread. So we're going to let this cool for about a half an hour, and then I'm going to come back. We're going to cut into that and I'll show you the beautiful crumb that it's got in there. Just take a look at that beautiful loaf of bread, and it's still a little warm, so we're going to cut into it. Ooh. I'll cut one more slice. Oh, wait till John tastes this. Oh, come on. We'll slather a little butter on this. Actually, before I do that, I'll show you that beautiful crumb. Look at that, and the spices in there. Beautiful. We'll taste it. Mmm. That is good. Beautiful. And delicious. Mmm. This is going to go good with our lasagna. Come here, Peaches. You can't see her, but listen. Speak. Speak. Good girl. How do you like that, friends? She's learning. She's learning her manners. Oh, she likes that. Mmm. Perfect bread. Beautiful. So there you have it, friends. Our wonderful bread. Very easy to make. You don't have to add the herbs and the garlic to this, or you can add whatever you want, any kind of herb you want, nuts, whatever. It turns out wonderful, but this is just a basic, very easy bread, and this is perfect for beginners. So any of my friends out there who are beginners, give this a try. You're gonna love it. You all have a wonderful day. I will put this recipe in the description box for you. I will add the herbs to the recipe, but you don't have to. It'll be optional. I will see you in the next video, friends. And as always, thanks for watching.